and welcome back. Today we're going to be talking about French stereotypes that are true. The first thing that you're all probably asking is, do French smell? So the answer that I give you is yes, but you need an explanation with that. So the French aren't necessarily the most dirty nationality out there. On the contrary, you have nationalities that are even dirtier than them or that are as dirty as the French. But the reason why we have this stereotype that keeps going on in like media and everywhere is because most people tend to visit Paris. In Paris you have a very efficient transportation system, but the thing is that inside the smells are very strong because of poor ventilation and the fact that, let's be honest, after a whole day of work you do have some kind of smell that's going out of people, and due to the fact that the metro and all that is so cramped and everyone's like so tightly next to each other, that means that the smells get enhanced and there's just too much people for the space, and I think that that's the reason why they smell. Also, another reason is because of their food. I find that because they eat so much garlic and onion, that probably does give them a little bit more of a smell on the skin. I think that can also be explained. So I think it would be unfair to generally say that the French smell, because that's not necessarily true. It's more appropriate, I find, to say that Paris smells, like the city in itself. But I think saying that all the French stink is a little bit of a stretch. The second stereotype that is true and that you'll probably know is that the French walk with the baguette. Why am I so enraged? Because you will see people going with this baguette underneath their arm, which is only partially covered, and going inside the metro. Like I said before, the metro stinks. The metro is full. There's too much people in the metro. But yes, it's true that the French still walk with the baguette, which if you're in a small village, it's actually really cute because chances are they're only doing like 100 meters to get the baguette. So they buy the baguette in the boulangerie, they put it underneath their arm, and they're just walking like for 1 or 2 minutes. So that's actually really cute and I find it super nice. But in Paris, beware, because that baguette's gonna get dirty to your house, and I see tourists doing it. So again, it's not the French that are dirty, it's just people that are dirty. So the third stereotype that is extremely true is that the French complain. Okay, they do. And if you ask a French person, hey, so why do you always complain? I mean, you keep complaining about that and that and that and that, they're gonna reply that it's just their characteristic and that it's just part of their culture. Seriously, I've seen French complaining about everything, anything and nothing. So they won't even complain about things that are not even a problem. The fourth stereotype that is true, and I think most of you people know and have heard, is that the French can't speak English. Okay, but wait, I'm gonna defend them here, okay? Their English accent is so characteristic, it's so strong, it's, you know, you can really tell that they're French, you know? But then again, listen to this.
Pas besoin de savoir parler anglais quand on parle déjà la plus belle langue du monde.
How can you expect someone that pronounces those words with that accent and that kind of sound and that enunciation to speak English? Like, come on, you can tell it's a very different language. I kind of defend them because if I'm gonna speak French and then I'm gonna speak English, you know, it's very different languages. They're gonna sound different, you know. They're not made the same. It's not like someone that's speaking Italian and then speaks French and they're kind of similar. And I think like French accent is something that a lot of people really like. So it's cute, but don't expect them to speak a clear and easy to understand English, because the English that the French speak is extremely hard to understand. But you can't have everything. You can't have the French accent and then speak English perfectly. Just too complicated. Unless you've studied English your whole life, and then chances are your English is amazing. Okay, so the next stereotype that is true is that they are chauvin. So I'm gonna read what being chauvin means, because I don't want to get it wrong. But basically, someone who is chauvin is someone who has an exaggerated, partial or exclusive admiration for his country. So what I mean is that the French are very patriotic, they're very nationalist, they really love their country. Again, they're gonna complain about it because you're gonna hear them say France is this and France is that, but it's their country, so it's like friendly complaining, I guess. It's in their culture. So I don't think there's a real way to explain this one besides the definition. They are the way, they love their country, and let's just move on. Another point is that they eat all of the nasty things. What do I mean with that? I get food, palate. It's different for me, it's different for you, but they eat frogs. And yes, you watching there, you might be being like, okay, but what's the difference between eating frog and eating, I don't know, pork? I get it, you know, I get your point of view. But, you know, it's not normal for my culture. I don't eat frogs. So if you have a culture similar to mine, eating frogs is not normal. You don't eat frogs. You know, frogs are kind of cute, you know. You won't eat them, but they eat frog legs, okay? It tastes like chicken. It's not bad, that's not the point. It's just that if you're not used to seeing frogs on the menu and then you go to France and it's like, oh, you have frogs a la I don't know what, it's just gonna be weird. And also something that is kind of particular is that, yes, they eat frogs and they also eat snails, because snails also makes it in the maybe like nasty things that they eat, but it's not that much the fact that they eat it, because me, I'm also from Argentina and we eat snails. But for them, the particularity of it is that frogs and snails represent like a special food. It's not the food that you eat because maybe you pick the snails out of the garden, okay? It's the food that you eat on holiday. It's like the special, it's like the fancy food that you eat. So it's like the cherry on top of the cake, you know? It's like caviar and foie gras and all of that. You eat it on special occasions because it's complicated to make and process. I don't know, okay? I don't make frogs and snails. I don't know. But for me, that's weird and it's true. They do eat it. Well, that's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed watching about French stereotypes that are true. If you did enjoy it, don't forget to comment, like, subscribe, share, and check my other content. You're gonna have it here, probably here, a little bit everywhere. And see you next time. Bye bye.